This is what God is saying, and please let this get into your spirit. Try to remember this, okay? There are some of you, you are going into the new place, okay? The time has finally come. Even though you don't see it yet, the time has finally come. You're about to enter into it. And one thing that the Lord wants you to know is as you enter in to this new land, this new place, He wants you to remember not to be afraid. Okay? Do not be afraid of your new season. A lot of times when God wants to take us into a new place, a new experience, a new season, a transition, that is when the enemy tries to use fear. He uses fear as a way to paralyze the life of the believer, the child of God. And by using fear, he uses this in order for the plans of God to not take place in the child of God's life. Okay? He will start to put different thoughts in your mind. He will try to make it seem as if you won't succeed at whatever God is calling you to do. He will try to have your mind wondering about what people will think or what people will say, just so that it can hinder you from being everything that God wants you to be. But the reality of the whole thing is that Satan is afraid of the person you will become, okay? A lot of times when we experience different things from people, for instance, you may realize that a person you may know may be fighting against you, okay? Or they may try to say things to discourage you so that you will give up. Okay? There are some people like that. They will try to say things to try to make you feel bad about yourself, or they may try to convince you that you won't be successful in a particular area, because the reality is they can see that you have a lot of potential. They can see the greatness inside of you, even though you may not be able to see it for yourself. Okay? And that is how Satan is. Satan uses different strategies. He may plant different seeds or certain things into your mind, or he may use different people to make you feel as if you're not capable of doing something great on earth. But it's a lie. It's a lie, because what is really going on is that the enemy knows what you are capable of. Okay? The enemy knows your strengths. The enemy knows that you really are stronger than you really think you are. And so, in this moment, in this time, it's not time for you to start to fold up. Come on, you waited your whole life for this moment, okay? You waited your whole life for these doors to be open in your life. And that's the crazy thing. When the doors are about to be open, all of a sudden people start to get afraid. All of a sudden people start to think twice and try to talk themselves. The enemy will try to get the person to talk themselves out of something so great that God is about to do in their life. They start to look at their weaknesses and not focus on God. The thing is, if you have a weakness, okay, you may feel as if you may not be 100% good in a certain area in your life, but you have to give those insecurities to God. God will help you along the way. You don't have to worry about what you lack. Like if there's a certain skill that you may lack in, you don't need to worry about those things that you may lack in. You don't need to worry about having lack in finances, because God is going to provide. Okay? And so, you don't need to focus on the negative. When it comes to you moving in your purpose, you need to understand and know that God is going to take care of those things that concern you. And a lot of the times, people aren't moving forward because they are focusing on the things that they don't have. Instead, they should be obedient to what God is telling them to do and leave all those things in God's hands, because He's going to use different people to help them, okay, to help with their vision. And so you can't be worrying about, oh, how am I going to make it with this idea? How am I going to get a career in this particular area if I don't have the finances, if I don't have the support? You can't be thinking like that. You have to just go along. I've learned on my walk that, you have to just go along with whatever God is doing in your life, because once you go along with what He's doing in your life, even though you may not have all the answers, He's going to give you the guidance you need to make those dreams a reality. And so that's what walking by faith and not by sight is. You understand what God is telling you to do. You're being obedient by doing the things that God has called you to do, even though you don't have all the answers, and you're just taking that leap of faith. You're doing the thing that God has instructed you to do. And this is how it is in the life of a Christian, a child of God. We won't always have all the answers, but God does. And once you take that leap of faith, God will do His part, okay? He will act on your behalf, okay? So as you go into this new land, this new place, don't worry about those things that you have been concerned about. Don't worry about the chatter, the people, okay? And so, God wants you to know that He is with you. He has always been with you. And so, as He brings you into this new place, and as you experience these new experiences, don't be afraid. People start to get nervous. They feel uncomfortable because they're doing something new, or they are in a new environment. But God is saying He is with you as you transition into your new place, your new experience. And so many things are going to happen in this new place. So many opportunities that you thought you would never even imagine, or you thought you would never even see, going to be in this new place. The enemy knows what is going to happen on the other side. He knows after you come out of this tough season of your life, that the new season has so many doors for you with your name on it. Doors of opportunity, doors with multiplication, and there are so many things on the other side that you don't see, okay? And so, the crazy thing is, a lot of times, when it's time for that door to be open, fear all of a sudden comes in, okay? All of a sudden, people start thinking crazy. This time, they have been suffering for so many years. So many doors were shut in their faces. They were making so much sacrifices. And then all of a sudden, God is making a way of escape. God is allowing them to experience or to receive those things that they longed for so long. When the person reaches to that next season, all of a sudden now they afraid. That's the devil. Okay? You waited your whole life for these doors to be open. It's not time for you now to go to a place of fear. Okay? Sometimes you have to move past the fear, okay? There are things in my life that God had me doing, just random things. And I had to move. I was moving in fear. Okay? I was literally moving in fear. But then after a while, I got comfortable doing that thing or those things that God was telling me to do. You understand? We serve a God who is very random, okay? He is going to take you outside of your comfort zone and have you doing things that you never thought you would be doing. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, okay? And so as long as you're going along with His plans and you're allowing Him to do whatever He wants to do in your life, you are being obedient when it comes to His instructions, then you will eventually see the fruit that comes with it. But if you're allowing fear, you can't allow fear. If you're allowing fear to hold you back, you won't see the promised land. You won't see the multiplication. Okay? You won't see the growth within yourself. Change has to take place by getting outside of our comfort zone. Okay? Yes. Everything, when you first look at this new season or this new place God puts you in, it will make you feel very uncomfortable. But you know you are in that new environment, new place for a big purpose. You know that there are a lot of blessings and things that are going to come as a result of you not allowing fear to hold you back. You can be afraid and still move, okay? Once you make the decision to move, then you will see the blessings come. You will see the fruit. And so, when we look at the life of Joshua, okay, we see that Joshua entered into a new place. He transitioned. Moses didn't get to enter into the promised land, okay, the land flowing with milk and honey. But Joshua was the one to lead the children of Israel into the new land, the new place. And so, it was time for Joshua to possess the land. It wasn't time for him to be afraid. And that's why God told him in Joshua 1, chapter 1, verse 9, "Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, wherever you go." So when you enter your new land, your new place, a season of transition, you do not be afraid or dismayed. Know that God is with you. Another thing the Lord told Joshua, he said, "Just like I was with Moses, so shall I be with you. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee." As you enter into this new place, understand that God will not forsake you or fail you. He will help you where you are. When you feel like you can't move on, you know, when you feel as if things are getting hard in that new place, lean to God, okay? Now understand, there are a lot of good things that will come from you entering this new place. As you go into this new place, a lot of good things will happen. But remember, there are things that you will still deal with when you enter this new land, this new place. There will be obstacles in your way, okay? So you have to continue to spend time with the Lord and have that relationship with Him, okay? There will be battles that you will face in this new place, okay? So don't think everything is just going to be smooth. Unfortunately, like I say, you know, the devil is working 24/7 a day, 7 days a week. He don't stop working. And so we have to always be on our guard. Even when you make it to the promised land, the place flowing with milk and honey, this place that you have been dreaming about for so many years, all your life, you have to remember that there will be people who the enemy will send that will try to deter you or try to put a stop to whatever God is trying to do in your life, okay? But you cannot allow these things to make you feel discouraged. You have to use the tools that God has already given to you in those hard seasons in the past to help you in this new season, okay? So as long as you do things with the help of God, you seek Him for counsel and direction, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be all right. You will win those battles. God has taught you how to pray. He taught you how to warfare in the spirit during those hard seasons. He taught you how to be victorious over different situations. He has given you the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding to deal with different people. Now it's time to use these things in your new place, okay? But I'm so happy for you guys who are about to enter that place, a place where those doors are about to be open. You should be excited because that's going to be the place where you're going to experience a land flowing with milk and honey. A lot of opportunities are going to come from that place. a lot of new experiences, fun experiences are going to come from that place. Experiences that you have never seen before. Some of you have been waiting for certain things, and those things that you have been waiting for are going to meet you in that new season, in that new place, okay? A lot of the things that you have been trusting God for are going to be seen in that new place, and it's going to bring a lot of joy to you. But remember, the enemy likes to try to take the smile off of your face when it's your time of blessing. Don't allow the enemy to take your joy away when it's a time for you to be smiling, okay, and showing them teeth, okay? So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And just remember that God is faithful and He is true. Bye.